welcome, and thank you for joining me here live once again this week at the Royal Sit Down. I'm your host, Xyla Royals, and today we're going to be talking about how these love spells and binding spells are very powerful, and I got one for you. So sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of the Royal Sit Down. All right. And I hope that you guys are enjoying your 2019. Because, by the way, this is actually the first episode of the Royal Sit Down of the 2019 year. And so far, you guys, this year has been the most, well, even though it's only been, 9 days, it's actually been a very good 9 days. And during the course of this, little 9 days, I've been like feeling, all of the gifts that the ancestors have been bringing me. And one of these gifts was a love spell, a binding spell using your blood. And a lot of my women in my group, because I actually posted this in my group, they responded to it, and I liked the way that they responded to it. So I was like, let me go ahead and put a show out there talking about this particular love spell, binding spell that I created. Well, it's not even that I guess you could say I created it, or you could say, no, I didn't. No, I don't really know, but however, it came to me, and it came to me because a lot of my women, they, they prefer to cast these rituals and these spells, but they don't really want to spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? They already say, well, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I prefer not to waste my money on buying all of these products, and then I'll turn around and I mess it up. So what can I do? And I came up with this because one of my friends, and she always speak about wiping her ass with tissue with using a person's name. And so I was just like, I should definitely see if we could use our menstrual blood and in this way. Okay, so check this out. The post goes a little bit like this. If you want to hoodoo a man and you don't have any money, or you low on funds, what would Xyla Royals do? Well, what I would do is I would wait for my period. Okay, now stop right there. The moment I said I would wait for my period, a lot of my women immediately say, oh no, I'm not going to do that, because that is powerful. No. And I can respect that. So this love spell and binding spell is for somebody that you are 100% familiar with. You want to be with this person by all means necessary, and you are going to accept any and all consequences, which means that you're going to accept anything that he puts you through. Anything that he puts you through, you're gonna accept it. Anything that he's about, you're gonna accept it, okay? Anything. I'm talking about being a serial cheater. Because if you do a love spell on a man, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to stop cheating on you. You know what I mean? And if you do a binding spell, it doesn't mean that he's going to stop cheating on you. It just means that you're binding yourself to a cheater. Okay? So you might want to be careful about who you do this with. Okay? Now, just to continue on. All right. And by the way, if you're already married to this man, you're already bound to him. So feel free to do this ritual. Okay. So I would wait for my cycle. Okay. And I would take a tissue paper. And why I would take a tissue paper is because tissue dissolves. And the reason why I'm going to wait for my cycle is because blood is strong and it's packed with nutrients and it gives life. And I need that in my work. Okay. And this is all of me. You know what I mean? This is something that comes from me and is packed full of life and nutrients. Okay. I would write his name with if you're the type of woman that can use your finger to write his name in your blood, that do that. But if you're not that type of woman, then I would suggest that you use a pen, a marker, lipstick, eyeliner. It could be a red one. Now, if you have the choice of, getting a red one, then do it. But if you don't have a choice, then use whatever you got. I would say black. I would say blue. You know, hey, use any one you want to. All right. And the next thing I would do, because I know you don't want that marker or whatever it is on on your tootie cat. So you might want to fold the paper towards you. Okay. Now, once you touch your vagina with your blood, and you know what? Let me also state this. If you do not have a menstrual, you can definitely use your tootie cat juice. Okay? And yes, I'm using the word. Yes, I'm using that. Use your tootie cat juice if you do not have a menstrual. Okay? But once you tap yourself with that moisture will cause that paper to dissolve. And while I'm touching myself with that, I'm going to be re-generating what I have asked this person to do or what I would like for this person to do. Don't ask for something that is really out of reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would simply say, I would like to, I guess, continue to have this person to be happy with me or whatever it is. I don't know. But don't ask for nothing that you're not ready for, and accept all consequences when you do this ritual. Okay, because this is solely on you. Now, the next thing I would do is once I finish tapping myself with it, I would put it in the jar. Now, it doesn't matter if you want to put the tissue in the jar first. You could put the tissue in the jar first. You could put you could put the petition in the jar first. You could put the ingredients in the jar first. Mind you, guys, this is simple. Okay, don't overthink it, because I get a lot of women overthinking it. Well, should I put the spell in first and then the ingredients? Don't overthink it. It's very simple. If you want to put, however you decide you want to do it is the way you want to do it. Mind you, I also put in the description the actual spell that I posted in my group, and I say, be creative in your work. So I'm just giving you an idea, and I want you to take that idea and birth it and make it your own. I'm just giving you a guideline. So if you want to add this first, then do that. By all means necessary, do that. Now, if you have these ingredients in your home, which a lot of us do, a lot of us have sugar in our house. I would use a jar, and I would put the sugar in the jar, put the tissue paper inside of the jar. If that's all I got, that's all I got. I ain't tripping. I'm a use that sugar as the main ingredient, because I do want this person to be sweet on me. I do want this person to have that sugar, like, sugar can mean so many things in a love spell. You know what I'm saying? Make it sweeter. That's how I think, So if white sugar is all you got or brown sugar is all you got, that's all you need. You don't need nothing else. But if you have the following ingredients: honey, sugar, uh rosemary, chamomile, lavender, if you have any herbs, roses, if you have any herbs or flowers that you want to add in your love spell, that's what you should do. Xyla just would wait for her period and use a tissue and some sugar and maybe some honey and yada yada yada. And why I would use honey? Because honey can make that sugar stick to that name, those words, and your period. That honey and sugar will have your period, that whole tissue sticky. You know what I'm saying? So can you guys just imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Like honey and sugar around your petition, and it's all sticky and it's stuck to you. I'm telling y'all. And the honey is good for long terms. And so I use those things as a significance. It means something in the ritual. So if honey don't mean nothing to you, don't use it. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't even have a sugar, you don't have sugar, you don't have a jar, you don't have none of that, all you have is tissue, guess what I would do? I would bury it. Now, I tell you this. If you bury it, there's a total difference than you putting it inside of a jar. Xyla, what's the difference? Okay, cool. Now, if you put it inside of a jar, you could break it, get rid of it, dispose of it because you don't want to do it no more. Go through rituals, cleanse yourself, break the jar, everything. Now, if you bury this tissue paper in the earth, it's nothing you can do. It's going to dissolve in the earth, and you are bound to this man for the rest of your life. Now, ladies, it is not that serious. If you put that tissue paper in the ground, that is literally saying till death do us part, because that tissue paper is going to dissolve, and it's no way you can go right back to the place that you dug and get that tissue paper out, especially if it's been raining. So you have to ask yourself, is it really that serious that you would bury the tissue paper? Now, that's on you. If you say, Xyla, baby, yes, it's that serious. I want it. I'm taking it there. Hey, sis, by all means necessary. But do know that that is not going to be able to be reversed. The ancestors is just telling me right now, nah, we not going to even reverse that for you. So just beware of this spell. Beware of these consequences when you pursue somebody, okay? I'm just saying, all right? Guys, I do enjoy love work to a certain extent, but I don't feel like I don't feel like every person deserves that. So pick the person wisely. Make sure that you're ready for the consequences and the situation, because it's not going to be all bad. You know what I'm saying? And when I say consequences, I don't mean bad consequences nor good consequences. I just simply mean consequences, whether they're good or bad. Now, if you guys enjoyed this episode of the Royal Sit Down, please let me know and join me here again. We're going to do this every week. I'm going to go ahead and get back on schedule. I love you, gods, and peace out.